We are technically 5 miles east of Washington, D.C., and that's where you find this place, FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland.
The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles
and the Washington football team. Time for a much-needed and much-welcome diversion. The NFL is back. Here we go, week 1. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Deontay Spencer on the return. The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
They'll get this out wide to Taylor. Look at the spin. Balance. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 35. That's how you draw up the run-pass option right there. You get a chunk play out of it.
And you know quarterbacks love to throw the RPOs because oftentimes they're in-breaking routes, but receivers love it even more. The ball gets to them quickly, allows them to put some moves on in the secondary.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. First down run with Elliott going to go for about 4. 2nd and 6 coming up.
The ball carrier.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
A loss of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Throwing now is Brady. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Now to try the field goal. And here's Daniel Carlson from the left hash. This from 53 yards out. And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. That opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
So the long field goal misses, and now the reverse. You're in a tough spot defensively. They'll start the drive at the 43. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 10. They run it with Carson. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
A first carry now. This is Williams. And some space to move right away as he's all the way up to the 30. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Got his man. It's Williams. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 12 more yards there and another first down.
First and 10.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck up.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. An 18-yard touchdown run. And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead. Great call to hand that one off, and his running back did the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly, and on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not, because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play, and guess who benefited? The guy with the football.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. After the interception, here's Wilson. This will be caught just inside the 10.
Wilson.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
2nd and 7.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And Washington going to add on to their lead. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up. Meaning, when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment that allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
7 brings up 2nd and 3 at the 28-yard line.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Here we go.
Shotgun now for Brady. Escaping the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Well, some credit there to A.J. Green because he's so tough to cover. Sometimes he causes those penalties.
And he's one of the more difficult guys to cover in the NFL because of his ability to do just about anything on a route. Hard to do. Creates a lot of pass interference calls.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Play action. Now Brady. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Brady. And that is incomplete.
Brady's pass intended for Devontae Freeman. Incomplete. Brings up 4th down.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Here we go on 4th down now with Brady. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 2nd quarter down from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession. Of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Carson. Gary and Conley, the one to bring him down. Gary, not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
2nd and 9 from the 44. To throw is Wilson. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
With the handoff to Chris.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd down now. It's Carson, and he's going to take this close to the 1st down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 24. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and
heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Now it's Carson. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Chris Carson, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. And it is now 21-0.
Makes this Washington 21. Eagles nothing.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they'll watch this one fall in the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Number 11.
A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And
Brady now on first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And that'll bring up second down.
22-yard line.
Throwing again. Brady. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
When you're running the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available. An incompletion as a result.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Eluding the pressure right. Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
By Kevin Minter.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 at the 45-yard line.
Here's Carson. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
He was brought down.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Here we go, G14, 14,
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
let's go.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Now the throw pulled in by Anderson, and they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9.
Anderson. It's a gain of.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target.
That's good.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there, pick up the first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, picked off by Jason McCourty. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
By the Eagles.
You got to know as a quarterback it's going to be tough to outthink this guy in the defensive backfield. He's been at it 11 years now, so he knows all the ins and outs of the position, and he's in the right spot there to come up with the interception.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that, because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback. But you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. To throw again, Brady. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 3rd and long, it's Brady. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
To return is McKenzie. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself, because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they sequence things, how it's run. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good.
They'll try to continue to be locked in here as we get ready to approach halftime.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Second and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, Wilson. Open man is Robbie Anderson. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. Second and 10.
Hey, 0, 56. Mike, 56. Right there, right there. Pick it up. Mike, 56. 4 down. 56.
Throwing again here, Wilson. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Anderson, incomplete. Jalen Johnson on the coverage.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, Wilson. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Robbie Anderson, incomplete. Kareem Jackson on the coverage.
So Wilson will head to the sideline, and on comes Stephen Hauschka for the field goal. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will.
And Brady going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Levante David. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. A rare pick six thrown by Tom Brady. He'd thrown only 14 regular season pick sixes in his career coming into this season. A couple others in the playoffs, the one to Robert Alford in Super Bowl 51. And you might remember the Titans' Logan Ryan doing it late in the wild card round loss a season ago. And it's up and good. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
2nd and 10 now, Wilson. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Pro Bowler Chris Godwin, the intended receiver. And that takes us from second to third down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
And that is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And that is going to be incomplete. Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out. And the Eagles defense able to hold. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Not much there, only a yard. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
Sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. That his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Troy Hill picks it. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Now Housh can attack on the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
35, Eagles nothing.
So
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this one will not be handled. It's into the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. The big man, P.J. Hall, had the path to the QB there.
Well, that's the second time they've gotten to Brady, and you've got to do it a variety of ways. You want your regular pressure. Sometimes you have to bring extra. But in this case, they got to him, and that just doesn't happen very often.
It's a rarity. He's just such a veteran. His pocket presence so good. But, hey, tip of the cap to the D. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. He's going to air one out. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
On the tackle.
Darren Lee there to get him down.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
Watch time, watch time. Tight end right, tight end right. 4 down, 4 down. Lights 57, 57's right.
Wilson. He'll buy some time right. He'll run it. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
4th down.
And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was looking for his running back, Jamal Williams. And that'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. Throwing again. Wilson. Right back to Williams, and this time he's got it. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. And there's an easy throw and catch for another 1st down.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now 2nd down. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard.
56. I got one. 25, check 25. 12.
They'll run with McFarland. And the avenue collapsed for him as he's going to be held up short of the goal line. They tried to get the nose of the football across to no avail, and now it's 3rd and goal. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
We got 4. 57.
They'll try to run with Carson, and he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
4th and goal.
Can this defense hold them out?
Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. From the gun, it's Wilson. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. David Njoku there to make the grab. And this offense continues to pour it on.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will not be fielded. It's a touchback and comes out to the 25.
5-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
They go to Elliott again. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Check 3, check 3.
They get this out quickly to the left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So on 4th down, they decided to go with a run-pass option. A good decision.
And the run can get you there, but the pass gets you there quicker. Nice decision. Picks up a 1st down.
Flushed out right. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Von Bell. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
2-yard loss.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Washington on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Got an open man, it's Washington. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
That's good.
12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington 1st down.
First and 10.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
That's another Washington first down. First and 10 at the 25-yard.
This is Carson. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. 3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th. They run for it with Carson, and he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
Yard line.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
On 1st down, McFarland. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Here's Hauschka for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
48, Eagles nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Von Bell. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. 2nd and 7. Here's Zach Moss, Pac-12 Offensive Player of the Year a season ago. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football. They just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
And he pushed it. Pushed it from short distance. Wide right. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So we've seen these be tricky from time to time. You know, you've almost got to cut the ball to make it go through. And this time he cut it a little too much, and he sliced it.
Yeah, and he'll tell you, no excuses on this one. It's a kick every NFL kicker should be able to make in his sleep. But your word was definitely correct. He sliced that one, and he'll miss it wide to the right.
36 yards on the play. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
It's a gain of 32.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Now, meanwhile, the throw by Brady knocked away, incomplete.
It certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. The throw on 2nd down by Brady is incomplete. Travis Kelsey, the all-pro tight end, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
Again, they'll throw with Brady. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
But they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Isaiah McKenzie now on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been